Alright, so what's going down, Niner Faithful? It's Niner J49. I was actually out with some friends watching this Saints and Rams game, and I wasn't able to make a video. But it's currently 8 o'clock right now, and I'm sorry for the late upload. I know I told you guys I was going to make it right after the game, but I honestly had unexpected plans with a couple of my buddies watching these games. So, okay, before we get into the video, I am not exactly sure on what the refs were smoking in this Saints-Rams game, but it cost the Rams a trip to the Super Bowl. It cost the Saints a trip to the Super Bowl, and it cost this Saints team to go down the way they did, in a disrespectful way, in a poor calling type way decision, and it made the Saints to go down and lose this football game because of the refs. Now, I hate blaming stuff on the refs, but when you have a play like this that it's on the line under 2 minutes to go, and a ref calls it. Let me just tell you guys the play. If you guys have no clue what I'm talking about, here's what happened. Drew Brees, about 1:48 left, threw a ball. I don't remember who to. It may have been Ted Ginn. It may have been Kamara. It may have been Michael Thomas. I know it was like a shorts guy, so it may have been. I don't really remember. But whoever Drew Brees threw the pass to, comment down below. But anyways, he threw a pass, right sideline pass. A Rams defender comes out of nowhere, head-to-head contact collision, smokes this Saints receiver before he even got to the ball, which is a 15-yard penalty for pass interference. Not only is it pass interference, but it was a head-to-head collision in which cost the game. It was a head-on-head collision, which is unnecessary roughness, which is another 15-yard penalty, which would have probably more than likely, argue against it, I don't care, which would have arguably put the Rams in a perfect position to go up by 7 and have a touchdown, where the Rams would have came down and probably, chances are highly likely, not have scored, and the Saints would go to the Super Bowl. So, Saints fans, I am very sorry. I feel your pain in this game. I hate the Rams completely. I mean, they're in the NFC West, and this makes me hate them just that much more. But Saints fans, if you're watching this, I am not a Saints fan whatsoever. But I'll tell you one thing right now, I was rooting for you guys in that game, and you guys got absolutely screwed over in every way possible in that game, especially towards the end. This is what I'm thinking. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. Why does the NFL hire these refs to be in these types of games? Not only just a game, a playoff game that is going to take, whoever wins is going to go to the Super Bowl. Why do they call up refs, asking them to officiate games, if it's a conference championship game, and if the refs are that bad at calling penalties? You have a helmet-to-helmet collision. Not only do you have a helmet-to-helmet collision, but you have a unnecessary roughness call. Or, excuse me. Not only do you have a head-on-head collision, you have a pass interference penalty, in which completely got blown over by the refs, because, sorry Rams fans if you're watching this, a pass interference is where, not only if it's like a holding call or, there's contact in it, but this is completely pass interference. This is literally a definition of pass interference. So if Rams fans in the comments are watching this video and you're commenting, oh, well, it was a clean dude, I mean, he didn't even get to touch the ball before he got smoked. Not only did he get smoked and not even get hit before he touched the ball, which is a pass interference, but he got hit head on in front of a ref's face, and they don't call a penalty. I am mind-boggled by this game. I'm just as mad as a Saints fan would be. But thank God it's not the Niners, because this video would have probably been more worse and more intense. But come on, man. I mean, if anything, if I was a Rams fan, or, no, I'm not going to say that. Screw the Rams. If my Niners were playing the Saints in the NFC Championship, and, the Niners were in the Rams position where they had a pass interference call that didn't get called and a head-on-head collision, I would be completely, fair and say, yeah, we shouldn't have won that game. We got lucky because a ref didn't call, an obvious call that did cost the game for the Saints. Now, I get it, they came down and scored, and I get it, the Rams, either way, if they would have kicked the field goal despite that penalty, the Rams would have still won because it went into overtime. That's not the point I'm trying to get at. And you guys got to realize that late in that game, 2 minutes to go, the Saints are in the red zone about to score against the Rams, and then not only that, but they're about to score. That penalty doesn't get called. It's a third down, which could have easily changed the game's perspective from the Saints side and the Rams side. But if say the rest would have called that penalty, it would have set the Saints up probably 1 yard line, maybe 2 yard line, 3 yard line. So really, in all reality, the Saints would have scored. Don't be one of those fans in the comments if you're a Rams fan and say that, oh, well, you never know, we could have held them. No, shut up. They would have scored. They have a better offense than the Rams, and that's that. And personally, in all reality, there's been riots in New Orleans now. I don't blame fans for doing that. I don't blame fans for causing chaos, because when you're a player, when you're hired by the NFL as an officiate, or as a referee, or you guys get what I'm trying to say. But when you're hired in that position as one of those guys, and you're getting paid money, very good money, to officiate these games, and then you turn around and you throw some terrible call just out the window like it never even happened. Like, how did you do that? I personally think all the refs that were on that sideline that saw all that collision and that BS call that didn't get called, actually, that BS play where it didn't get called, I think every officiator or referee should be absolutely let go from their job, because you just cost a team that hasn't been in the Super Bowl since 2009 to lose. In which, not only did it make them lose, but it cost, this team to go into another season to try to get all the way back. And it's a very hard process. I can only imagine, to get to a point where the Saints were. So this is just a little rant video, but I cannot believe the Saints got dicked over that bad to where it cost them the game and the Rams won. I'm just mind-boggled. I'm literally still it's 8 o'clock right now. The game has been over since about 5:36, and I'm still kind of outraged by this. I'm lost. I honestly don't understand what the refs were seeing. I don't know if a bug was in their eyes, or if they blinked, or I don't know. But to me, I'm gonna officiate the game as fair as possible. And if I'm one of those referees that were standing on that sideline where that no call happened, where that scene went down, and that situation, that the head-on-head and pass interference, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to call that. I'm sure a lot of other people would call that. You got to call that, especially when this is causing a team to lose out and not make a trip to Atlanta for the Super Bowl. I'm shocked. But it is what it is. The Rams will get spanked in the Super Bowl, and we don't have to worry about it, because either way, whoever wins this AFC Championship game, it's currently a good game. But if Patriots win, they will smack on the Rams, and if the Chiefs win, they will smack on the Rams. So either way, we ain't got to worry about it. But Saints fans, if you're watching this, I apologize. I know your pain. I know what you're feeling right now, and it's very unfortunate that your season had to come down in a terrible way. But Saints won the game. That's what I'm going to say. Saints definitely won that game. And we really should be seeing the Saints play in Atlanta on Sunday. So, Rams fans, it's all right. You got lucky with this one. I get it, but you'll get your ass kicked in the Super Bowl.